What is up, boys? Today is Wednesday, March 26th. I made around $10,000 today trading the NASDAQ. So let's get into a little trade recap for you guys. So overall bias for the day was extremely bearish just because on the 4-hour we did inverse the only bullish fair value gap. So the higher time frame is telling us we inverse the bullish fair value gap. There is a daily resting below us. So that is a very, I don't want to say obvious, but is a very high likelihood trade. If we inverse a bullish 4-hour and there's a bullish daily below us, it is very probable we are going to trade into that daily. We also had a few bullish 4-hour order blocks, 1 and 2, that I thought price could possibly reverse from and push higher if price really wanted to be bullish, right? So those were my set take profits, right? As well as just session lows. If we hop on with this indicator, we could see that was a New York PM low that I had marked out, New York AM low from yesterday, and London lows overlapped with the daily, which was a perfect draw. Not today's London lows, but yesterday's London lows. But what did help me be bearish was if we hop on the 15-minute chart, first of all, you can see how price here created a bearish 15-minute fair value gap while we respected this 15-minute, creating its own 15-minute while inversing this bullish 15-minute fair value gap. We also created a 15-minute CISD right here, but we tapped into this bearish 15-minute fair value gap and got a nice reaction from there. But the reason I didn't wait for price to tap into this bearish 4-hour was because if we hop down on the hourly chart, this is the 3 a.m. high, which is London high. Watch how ES took it. We had SMT at London high. Right? London high gets swept on ES. London high does not get swept on NASDAQ. So we have an SMT at London high. Create a bearish 15-minute fair value gap, 15-minute CISD. Tap into it. Hop onto the 5-minute. What do we see? We see two bullish 5-minute fair value gaps. What do? I wait for price to inverse it. Inverse it before giving us confirmation to the downside. I enter there. Stops were above this high. Yeah, my fill was cooked. I'm not going to lie. I did want to enter a bit higher, but I entered. I got filled here. It's low-key fucked. But yeah. TP1 was at this internal low, and TP2 was at this 4-hour order block. I alerted this trade to the Discord. They ate as well. And the second trade, I did alert as well. I did not take this trade, but I did look at bottom take Ralph here, bro. So nice. This 1-minute CISD to the downside, right? I didn't alert it from here. I alerted it from the creation of it. So you would have been in drawdown for a bit. Stops would have been like at this high. And take profit would have been yesterday's previous session lows or previous lunch lows, right? Yeah, PM low, not lunch low. What am I saying? Yesterday's lunch lows. And you also had a few more draws on liquidity, right? Clearly got fucking taken out. Now we're finally seeing a nice push up after taking out the daily fair value gap. This was also forward tested in the Discord. I did not take it. But this was a 1-minute CISD after rejecting a 3-minute bearish fair value gap. You see we tap into a 3-minute, tap into a 3, 2, and 1-minute fair value gap. Get a 1-minute CISD. That is when I didn't enter short here. I just signaled it to the Discord. I told them like, oh, this shit might play out. And they did not take it, but it is what it is. They took this, and we took this. So overall signaled 78 points to the Discord. So that is a lot of points, especially for me because I'm very low RR. I only caught 40 of those. I caught this trade. I made around 1,000. No, I made $890 on each of my top step accounts, which adds up to around 4,500, and then I made 2,000 on each of my alpha capital, which is 6,000 because I have 3. So 6,000 plus 4,500, $10,500 on the day. Not a bad day at all. So if you have any questions, just comment the question, DM me on Instagram, Discord, TikTok, whatever it is, and I'll see you boys tomorrow. Peace out.